Godzilla is back for its maintenance wash.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. We first saw this car in May of 2023. Today, we're gonna be washing the legendary Godzilla, the GTR.
So at the time of recording, it's been a solid year and a half since we ceramic coated this Nissan GTR, Ivan.
With our 5-year ceramic coating. And now we're gonna give it a good deep maintenance wash and decontamination. As you can see, it's actually a driven car. It's not a garage queen. The owner has a lot of fun with this vehicle, and we're gonna have a lot of fun washing it.
We have a product line. We sell ceramic coatings. You may have ceramic coated your car. Now you want to know how to maintain it. If that's the case, you don't care about GTRs at all. We're here to educate you about ceramic coating maintenance. So there's layers to this. We're always going to try to pepper it with education, Ivan.
Yep.
What should I be thinking about when I'm going to wash my coated car?
Well, first of all, we want to do a foam rinse foam. The foam cannon is there. Nick has got it ready. I'm going to put a bit of all clean on the wheels just to help break down that brake dust even more. And then we can start foaming the vehicle.
Go ahead, do that. I'm gonna ask you a question as you do that. If I have gloss black or fancy wheels, is all clean safe?
Yes, it is.
Is all clean ever not safe on wheels?
Not that I've ever encountered.
Not in direct sunlight though, right? If these are blazing hot, you wouldn't want to put anything on the surface, whether it's all clean rinseless, incredible suds.
Right.
Always mind the sun. It's a very powerful force in our world, obviously, and chemicals don't stand a chance.
No, and
even water can.
Yeah, and if you've been recently on the track with it, like 5 minutes ago, and the wheels are really hot, you don't want to be spraying any chemicals on them.
What am I doing over here, Ivan?
You're getting ready for the foam cannon.
I'm getting ready. I always like to advise folks when you mix up your incredible suds in the foam cannon, just make sure it's not at the bottom, so give it a good shake. I'm a fan of this move, to give it a good shake as well.
It's all yours, Nick.
Yeah, the back end's fairly dirty. We could use rinseless wash in this step as well. I just happen to think foam is fun.
Yep.
And incredible suds in the foam cannon ready to go.
We're going to be doing more than just a wash on this vehicle, though. We are going to be decontaminating it because after a year and a half of driving, there is a bit of contamination on it.
Yeah, I like to use the foam cannon, but you know what I like almost as much?
The squeegee.
So Ivan's going to take over rinse roll. We have our rolls around here. I know where I stand, and I'm not allowed to rinse the car. I get a little too willy-nilly with it.
So even before washing and decontaminating, the water behavior is spectacular still.
I noticed that right away, Ivan.
Yeah. Whoever did the coating on this car did a phenomenal job.
I think you're right.
That second round of foam do its thing as well.
Yeah, that's what they call the foam rinse foam method, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we've been teaching the foam rinse foam for the lifetime of the channel.
Right.
It just makes sense. It's the safest way to wash.
Now, Incredible Suds has a pH of 8.5, which is high on the neutral scale. Neutral is from 6 to 9. So it is a pH neutral shampoo, but can be used as a pre-soak as well as your wash bucket shampoo. Just does a spectacular job. The glide and the slickness are just so much fun.
You can use any mitt you'd like here. We have our cotton candy wash mitt. Depending on when you're watching this, it might be out of stock already. This is a limited edition item. So if you liked this originally, or you wanted it originally, they got back in stock. This will be our last run of these.
Yes.
I love it. It's incredibly soft. So if you too want a cotton candy dream wash mitt, the link is in the description of this video. You can use the Legacy sponge though, which is our rinseless wash sponge for a soap wash as well. I just thoroughly enjoyed this wash mitt, Ivan.
Yeah.
What's your strategy or philosophy, Ivan, in terms of how often you're using a side of a mitt? When are you flipping sides? When are you redunking?
I do a section going from top to bottom. As soon as I hit the bottom, it's time to either flip the mitt or dunk the mitt. Never go from bottom up.
Why is that?
The bottom is where there's the most dirt accumulation.
What is it about North American detailers not putting their hand in the wash mitt? Because I think it was you who told me that in the UK, they like to get inside of here.
Yeah, I've seen different areas of the world use different techniques. I prefer not to put my hand in it because I'm dunking it more often. And
I don't mind this technique though, it's nice.
Yeah, and when your hand is in it though, flipping the mitt becomes a bit of an issue.
Yep, that's true.
With that, I'm done as far as the wash portion of it goes, but I want to do the wheels and still let the Incredible Suds do a bit of a job there. But first, the squeegee to get rid of some of this accumulation on the floor. I like to start at the noon or midnight and work my way around. Nick prefers the valve stem, whichever way works for you. It's have a system so that you don't miss any part of the wheel. And the nice soft Tampico fibers of our barrel brush do a great job. And these wheels have a little internal lip that needs a little extra attention.
You could absolutely have applied some iron remover beforehand too. It would be just fine for this process.
Right. Next step is iron remover with the perforated synthetic decontamination towel. One spray on the vehicle. One spray on the towel. Match them up and lightly go over the surface. There is a bit of contamination here, but not much. Knowing the owner of this car, there will be a bit of contamination behind the rear wheels. Because full throttle acceleration is one of his pleasures in life. Despite what some people think, the decontamination towel will not remove a ceramic coating. There's no abrasives in it, so there's nothing to hurt your coating or the paint. Always fold your towel in fours. That gives you ample thickness to prevent pressure points. And once you've done your four sides, dip it in your wash bucket and carry on.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, and yet, I smelled iron remover in the air, and after cleaning the wheels, I couldn't resist, Ivan, but give a few spritzes on the wheel faces. Is that gonna help at all?
It won't do anything bad. And yes, I'll do the same on this side.
I just wonder if after I've cleaned it, spraying iron remover is actually doing anything for me.
Yes, if there's any embedded iron contamination, it will take care of it at that point.
So sometimes there is method to the madness.
Always want to decontaminate the windows as well. Makes cleaning them even easier.
It's a joy to look after a vehicle that you've coated.
Yep.
Because you get to check in on it, and hopefully we did a good job and it's performing well. Which so far it all looks great. What's that?
And the owner of this vehicle does maintain it well. He uses all DIY detail products. Now he's an avid rinseless washer. So this may be the first time it's seen soap since the last time we did it.
I love how in our system we've built in the lubrication with a multiple layer approach, right? You have the Incredible Suds as our first bed of lubrication, and then you've got the towel in the wash bucket, which if you accidentally put too much pressure point, the diamond weave, you know, the red microfiber, that will actually give you more lubrication. It will ooze out of the towel as a mitigation against potential pressure. And then of course we have our iron remover, which is designed as a clay lubricant, Ivan.
Exactly. The iron remover is very special in the industry. Not all of them are designed as clay lubes. Not all of them provide the lubrication that ours does.
And if you get to a point where you're like, oh, this paint looks like it might be drying up on me, I don't want to put the towel on there, I'll just ooze out some more from my wash sponge or my wash mitt, just to ensure I've got a lot of lubrication. Is there any such thing as too much lubrication? If I flood the paint with Incredible Suds, am I gonna make my towel less effective, Ivan?
At some point, yes, but you'd have to have way too much on there.
Yeah, I'm always gonna err on more lubrication versus less.
Way too much sort of seems to be your MO sometimes.
Hey, as long as it's not damaging anything.
No, exactly. I'm gonna start rinsing this side down. Nick's almost done at the front there. While I'm rinsing, bit of quick beads in the hand for the wheels. Nice mist of quick beads. Let it sit for a few seconds and I'll come back and rinse that off. You're done there, Nick?
Yep.
As I'm rinsing off, come take a look at these beads on the roof. Those are some tight beads. While I'm here as well, that beautiful honeycomb grill at the front is also going to get the quick beads treatment. Because it'll make it easier to dry, first of all, and secondly, protects it even more. We can see that the iron remover has benefited the wheels. See all that nice red coming off of there? So good call, Nick, on putting iron remover on the wheels. Final step in the decontamination process is the water spot remover. Just gonna dampen my towel a little bit in the wash bucket.
Ivan, I don't see any water spots. Why do you have water spot remover in your hand?
Let's call it a mineral cleanse instead.
Okay.
Because that's what it's doing. It's cleansing the embedded minerals off the surface. Washing, claying, etc. will not remove those minerals, but water spot remover will. It's like a never-ending fountain of water coming out of here. So I have a dampened towel. I'm not gonna flip the towel. I'm gonna be spreading water spot remover evenly over the surface.
In areas where you are gonna get a lot of snow, and they're gonna put ice melt on roads, these vertical panels, even when they're clean, are not gonna be beating up the way you want. That's the case when you have a ceramic coated vehicle and you're like, what happened? I coated this, but for some reason these vertical panels aren't beating.
Yeah.
Use our water spot remover as we're demonstrating here, and the beading is gonna snap back. There's nothing in water spot remover to add beading. It's not like a quick beads product. What it is doing is neutralizing a lot of that ice melt, Ivan. Whatever those chemicals are, is it the salt?
Yeah, there's salt, there's calcium chloride, there's all sorts of things in there. And if you live in a coastal area, Normally it's the top surfaces of your vehicle that suffer a little bit from that morning dew that's just laden in salt. So either way, mineral accumulation is real. And getting rid of it is easy.
This is a super satisfying step.
It is. Not only does this product smell nice, but does an amazing job.
You could just use your Washman at this point. The only thing with water spot remover is it's a very strong formula, and you don't want to mix water spot remover with your legacy sponge or your decontamination towel. So that's why we like to use a separate towel. Rinse at the end, don't put it in the same bucket. It is a unique chemical in that way, Ivan.
Yeah, it's slightly acidic, so it can damage those more sensitive fibers.
It's not super crucial what towel you use, just make sure it's a decent one. You don't want to use like an old shop towel that you use for wheels and interiors. Like, make sure it's a paint safe towel.
Yep.
And the lubrication of your rinseless or your Incredible Suds will be just what you need. Just working that water spot remover into every nook and cranny of the paint, the plastics, the glass.
Yeah, and we don't flip the towel.
No.
Because we're wanting to spread the product, not take it off the surface.
That's why it's really important that you have washed thoroughly, so there's no traffic film left you might be hitting with this, right?
Yeah, we've
Hopefully
washed, we've decontaminated, we've done everything. We know we have a super clean surface, and this is just getting the minerals off the surface that we can't see, we can't feel, but the water knows it's there. Now the front end of this vehicle is covered in paint protection film. All these products are safe to use on PPF. And no, I'm not gonna put it in my bucket. I'm gonna go over here and rinse it off. Just gonna squeeze it out. Get as much off as possible, then we'll use the hose to rinse it off. Final rinse for the day. And again, those beads are just dancing on the roof. Nick, there's a debate in the industry whether beading or sheeting are better. A good coating does both. It all depends on the amount of water you're using. So on that side, we use the pressure washer, and you see all those beautiful beads, right?
Yep.
Let's convert that to sheeting.
So wait, not a different coating?
Not a different coating, just a different amount of water. And now we get sheeting. So same thing on the windshield here. We have all these beautiful beads. Add a little more water, we get sheeting. These beads on the roof are just spectacular. They're looking beautiful. They've got a really high contact angle. The higher the contact angle, the better the sheeting when you use more water. But more water also means more squeegee for Nick. Nick, you've done a great job of drying the floor.
Never-ending task.
Now it's time to dry Godzilla. And today, we're using C6 Mist. It's a drying aid designed specifically for coated vehicles. Now, if your vehicle isn't coated, Mist does a great job, but it doesn't offer the long-term protection that Quick Beads or ceramic gloss offer.
It's got great lubrication, a great scent. I think it's a phenomenal product.
Right, and since we're working in a controlled environment, we're gonna have a little more fun with it. I just like to spray it on the vehicle, sort of like I did the water spot remover, just a little bit over the surface. And when I start drying, my towel will spread it out. So here you go, Nick.
Thanks, sir.
Have fun on your side. Combined with the drying blanket, it is a fun duo. And like Nick said, It smells wonderful. One pass, we have a beautifully dry vehicle, even on the windows. You're doing the Instagram poll there.
I mean, it actually works.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's very nice to do something that looks good, feels good, is fun, works. Checking all the boxes, Ivan.
Yep. And Mist, you use very little of it. Even Nick didn't use too much.
No, I'm just actually stunned by this paint. I love seeing a coated car back in the shop.
Yep.
It's doing everything you'd want it to do in terms of the water beating. It's a joy to clean. It's a joy to dry. It's just easy. Easy doesn't mean it's less fun. Easy is great.
Easy is a good thing.
Wow, it is just so smooth under the towel.
Yeah, the gloss is still there, like the day we coated it. And this comes down to a few things. Coating is great, but the owner of the vehicle does a good job maintaining it. And decontaminating like we did leaves us with a nice surface that's easy to wipe off, easy to clean, and super glossy.
It's about that time of the wash where the drip catcher comes in clutch. 2 magnets, just like that. Just like to tuck in the mirror like it's bedtime, you know?
I think it's Nick's favorite towel, actually.
Sing a little lullaby.
Yeah.
Make sure you know you're taken care of and loved. We got you, all right? No drips on the paint for you. Be well. Yeah, sometimes I talk to the cars. It's a relationship. Ivan, how do you like to store the drip catcher?
I hang it from the back of my cart. That way it's not in the way. I know exactly where it is when I need it. Last part of drying the wheels. Yes, we put quick beads on them, but I always like to add a bit of ceramic gloss just for fun and to make the drying just a little easier. 2 sprays is all I need. Going around the wheel.
I like these wheels a lot.
Yeah, they're a nice wheel, nice, very open spoke design, so they're easy to clean, easy to maintain.
And they just look really sharp.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the best of all worlds. Some wheels look nice, but they're a bear to clean. Do you like to put tire shine on before you wipe down the wheel face or after?
I put it on after, because with our brush, it's very easy to control it. So I'm not worried about getting it on the wheel. So a couple sprays on the brush. So after the last detail we did, I washed the brush and it's still a little damp. So you're getting the look as if I'm putting way too much on. In reality, not too much. But I just washed the brush because we did a truck full of mud. Let's say the brush took a bit of mud on. We know for a fact the owner of this vehicle is not into the glazed donut look on his tires. So while it's still a little wet, we'll just take a towel and lightly go over the tire dressing, leaving that beautiful, nice dark shine without the glossiness. Last step for me, door jambs. They are nice and clean, so all I need, a little spritz of ceramic gloss, or you could use C6 mist here, but in the door jambs I like something that lasts a little longer. Same thing with the trunk jam. Always good to clean it out. And at the same time, you might get some drips from the spoiler. Best to catch them now. So Godzilla is back. Godzilla is shiny.
We got Godzilla Glossy.
Nick, if they like this type of content, what other videos should they be watching right about now?
Oh, this one right here.